Hit me.
Review code provided by PlayStation.
Friday, I'm feeling a bit naked here.
Hang on, sir. Right gauntlet inbound. Debris, shoot it.
A famous man once said, "We create our own demons." Iron Man VR by Camouflage lets you embark on a story about one of Marvel's most iconic superheroes and how his past comes back to haunt him.
Friday, where's my head at?
In the clouds as usual, sir.
The ground's getting awfully close.
Heads up.
You'll play as Tony Stark, which, in case you've been living under a rock for many years, he is Iron Man. After retiring from weapons making at Stark Industries, he changes his ways and departs with his engineered companions of destruction to turn a new leaf and begin giving back to the world as Iron Man. 5 years later, everything is going according to plan. He has his companion representative of his new life and personality, Friday, to assist him, while promoting his wife Pepper to CEO of Stark Industries. But before they are able to celebrate, they are introduced to the main antagonist, who has now acquired his old war tech to use against them.
Hello? You in there? You know, the gym has showers, if that's...
While not one of the more popular supervillains, Ghost first appeared in Iron Man issue 219 and has been used more often in recent years. I really like this portrayal of her, doubling down on the spooky factor, and thought they did a wonderful job overall with everything from her abilities all the way down to the voice acting that couldn't have been any better. It's really important for a superhero to be pitted against a good villain, and this has become one of my favorites.
If ever will Tony Stark face the music.
Tonight. Power boosted.
Whatever black magic they added to the tracking never results in your hands becoming unresponsive even when being blocked or off camera. And the controls overall feel very intuitive and the combat visceral. Everything from adjusting speed of thrusters to quickly firing the signature repulsors, charging up for either a combo of rocket punches or a heavy ground slam attack, and more. You'll be going up against drones the majority of the time, but there's also some moments that will have you doing something else to add just a little, only a superhero can do this moment.
That looks better.
As you complete missions, you can earn up to a 5-star rating, and as a reward receive research points. These can be spent in the garage to customize all of the gameplay features of the suit, and it's worth mixing and matching until you find the optimal setup you prefer, which can be stored into 2 different loadouts for quick access. There's also custom decos for your armor that can be unlocked by completing certain challenges like destroying a certain amount of drones with an ability.
Most of those guns, rockets, and bombs were sold to people you never met, to kill people you never knew.
As for the campaign, it took me about 6 hours overall just focusing on that alone. It both starts off really strong and ends really well. And I was very impressed with all of the voice actors and the character development that was written. There's some great symbolism in there. The biggest issue I had with the game are the loading screens and the fade outs. There are excessive periods of waiting, and that wouldn't be so much of a problem if not for interrupting intense moments and critical plot points, only then to have you wait a little longer in a silent black screen. Any interactive moment, even so much as a handshake, will fade to black, and this is just a backbreaker for the overall immersion and momentum that was building. There's a couple more though. Anytime you play as Tony Stark, you'll be limited to teleporting to assigned spots, bottlenecking the amount of exploration and leisure. There's also a free flight mode, which would be pretty cool. However, some of the areas just aren't interesting, and others that are massive are pretty empty. It would be really nice to have some kind of civilians walking around to interact with, or even collectibles to find. That being said, the combat and the flight challenges are really well done. It'll take you quite some time to get really good at flying through the courses, and then there's also a massive endurance battle to take on after you complete the game.
Tony, nothing's responding here. Sir, I believe the jet is officially a lost cause.
Pepper, find an exit!
Despite the constant barrage of loading screens, the heavily scripted interactive scenes, and some missed opportunities to blow you away with presentation, there were still a few moments that were amazing. You get to be Iron Man and experience some of the adversity Tony Stark has to face. And on top of it, there's an excellent supporting cast, fun post-game content, and visceral gameplay experience. Once again, the review code was provided by PlayStation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next Underground review.
Tony!